Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. I hope I am live and I hope you can see me. We seem to have technical issues lately. There's always something every week. I'm sorry for the echo. I will get used to this echo one day. So I am streaming live to Spiritual Events Directory. My name is Linda. I'm also known as the Psychic Pinup. I am streaming, as I said, to Spiritual Events Directory. I'm also live on my main page, which is the Psychic Pinup, and a number of other platforms. I believe I'm also on YouTube, streaming straight to YouTube at the moment as well. So if you're having problems on Facebook, feel free to jump over to YouTube and join me on there. Okay, so just wait for some of you to pop on. I am here for the next hour to answer questions, do readings. I do like to make this show a little bit more interactive, so we're not just doing full-on readings. I am open to discussing anything spiritual, psychic development, mediumship development, anything you want to throw at me. I am happy to answer it, and I will answer it if I can. If I do not know the answer, I will not pretend that I know the answer. I will just say I do not know. So, hello, Michelle. Thank you for joining me. Just let me know where you are watching from. Just pop in hi. If you can like and share as well, I would appreciate that. If you can pop in the word liked and shared along with your questions and comments as well. Let me know where you're watching from. So, I am in Wollongong, New South Wales, which is about an hour south of Sydney. And I understand my Queensland people are an hour behind us, so you've just gone midday. And who else is watching me from overseas? So, Michelle, you are from Goulburn. Wonderful. And Becky, you're watching from Melbourne. I seem to have a lot of Melbourne people at the moment. I've just been doing a lot of Zoom readings this morning for people from Melbourne. I was down in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago for the Mind Body Spirit Festival. I have finished my travel for the year. I've only got my 1 day of reads left I do read here face-to-face in Port Kembla. This is where my shop is at, and I do Zoom readings, but my travel has finished for the year. I've only got my 1 day left at Goulburn, which is this coming Friday, and that is it for me for the year. For Goulburn, I will be back in Goulburn probably the end of January, early February next year. All of my other readings for the rest of the year will now be here at Port Kembla in my shop or on Zoom. I've only got a handful left. I plan on finishing up around about the 20th of December, and then I plan on taking 3 to 4 weeks off. Okay, so don't leave it to the last minute if you are thinking about having a reading with me. My prices will be increasing also from the 1st of January. Again, don't leave it to the last minute, just saying. So who have we got here? Melanie from London. It's been a long time since I've been to London. So thank you for joining me. Laura, hello. So Laura, why is it that spirits, especially children, get stuck here? Okay, I don't deal with earthbound spirits, lovely. That's somebody else's forte. I do mediumship. I do bring messages through, but talking about earthbound, that's especially for somebody else. And this is where I think that people get us a little bit confused. I think when they hear the word psychic mediums, we fall under the same umbrella, and that's not the case. We all have our own little strengths and gifts that we do work with. I am a psychic and I am a medium, which is two different things. And again, it's not the same thing. A psychic is somebody who will tap into your energy and sees what's going on around you, and past, present, and potential future. And what I mean by potential future is we have free will and we have the ability to change our timeline by making different decisions. And that's why I always say potential future. And when I do readings for people, it's where I currently see you at on that timeline. Now, a medium is somebody who will connect with past loved ones and brings messages through. So it's actually two different things. There's two different types of energy that we do work with here. So not all psychics are mediums, but all mediums are actually psychic. And again, that's my specialty, psychic and mediumship. Earthbound, cleansing of spaces, That's not my specialty. If you're wanting to know more about that, I'm more than happy to put you on to somebody, a very good friend of mine, and that is her specialty, is clearing spaces and clearing land. Now, those who just popped on, welcome. My name is Linda. I'm also known as the Psychic Pinup. And I do ask if you can like and share the live feed for me. And I also encourage you to pop on over to my main page, which is the Psychic Pinup. And I do go live on Tuesdays twice. So this time at 1 p.m, which is Sydney time, Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And I do go live again at 8 o'clock this evening, which will be 7 hours from now. If you're interested in joining me again this evening, if I don't get to you this afternoon, you might want to pop on over. And it's not through the Spiritual Events Directory. I will only be going live from my main Facebook page, which is the Psychic Pinup. That's why I say I encourage you to go and join that. Hello, Tammy. Thank you for joining me. And Becky, oh, you love my energy. Thank you very much. So I've been reading this morning back to back. So I sort of like I'm wide open, and I can talk 100 miles an hour because I'm trying to get information out all at once. And sometimes you'll find that I will trip up on my words. It's just because my mind goes faster than what my words do, and I can't get things out quickly enough. Hello, Sandra. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Let me see who else is on here before we get started with these questions. Okay, now, Laura, when I just saw your question there, would love a message, please. Look, I just heard the message, you are where you are meant to be right now. So I feel like there's something that's going on with you at the moment, and questions, are you doing the right thing, or what you should be doing? But I've just heard the expression, you are where you are meant to be right now. So in other words, don't try to change things. Don't try to beat yourself up. Don't pressure yourself. Understand that you are where you are meant to be right now. They're asking me to pass on to you to just release and surrender to the universe, because the universe does have your back. They're showing me you like to try to control things a little bit too much. And they're just saying have a little bit more faith in spirit world, and they will deliver. They just said, I just heard the word deliver. They will deliver. Okay, so that's the message they've asked me to pass on to you, unless there was something specific that you're wanting to know. And this is what I do say to people: if you're asking for readings for me, I do prefer to work with direct questions. It just means I can get through a lot quicker, and I can get to the guts of it straight away. And if you're asking me for messages, that's what I seem to come out with, things like that. Okie dokie. So we have. Hello, Kim. Laura, what was that? Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry. What was that for? What was that for? I can't remember. Hang on. Were you just asking me about earthbound? See, this is another thing. If you're not familiar with how I read, I tend to just channel things straight through, and then I forget. So if that was for something else that I've just mentioned, I do apologize. I don't remember a lot of the times. And it's even when I do read people, they'll come back to me and I'll say, oh, have I read you before? And they're going, yeah, you have, like 3 times. And honestly, I do not remember. Okay. Michelle, what would you like a reading on, lovely? Because that's a very general question. Okay, so it's about family. Okay, gotcha. I've read for you before, haven't I? I read for you before, just let me know, okay? Who's the sneaky person, or I feel like things are not above board with family? I just feel like somebody's either holding something, or there's some sort of self-sabotage going on here. I just feel like somebody's not being upfront with themselves or family dynamics. And I'm just being shown here that there is a period of healing that's going to be happening with the family. But I see this all as a positive. There's something that's going to be brought to a head here. And I just feel like there's laying out of cards on tables. And I mean it metaphorically, it's a communication thing that they are showing me, because I do see that there is going to be happy families again soon. There's some sort of partnership or something. Have we got a wedding or some sort of union coming up around? They just dropped in family, child as well, saying child. That I feel like I need to be exploring here as well. But they're just showing me, I feel like, okay, give it to me. December, there'll be communications, they're showing me. January, I feel like not much. February, there'll be a change coming around with the family. So I feel like things will start to settle down around about February. And this is really, really random, but I always stay true to everything that Spirit do give me. I'm getting the taste of who likes the pasta salad in your family, because I am tasting pasta salad as well as coleslaw, and I know that's really, really random, but I feel like that this is to do with Christmas time. So I do see that there's some sort of gathering that's happening, and because I am specifically saying pasta salad and I am tasting it as well as tasting the coleslaw, but I feel like there will be communication around about then, and I feel like things will be on the up and up around about February. Okay, they're also throwing at me that something to do around health with somebody in the family as well. So, am I correct that there's questions or where we're waiting for answers or something as well? But there's a lot of layers here that I feel like I need to be peeling back. But that's just everything that they've given me in the snippet there. Okay, so I will leave that there for you. So I hope that helps you. Okay, so I have read for you. Okay, spot on last time you read for me. Okay, again, I don't remember. You know that I just don't remember a lot of things, lovely. Wow, okay. Interesting. So that was the last time I was in Goulburn, which would have been around about October. Okay. Okay, just see if I can get some feedback for you, lovely. I'm just streaming to a couple of different devices here, so just bear with me. Those who've just jumped on, I do ask that you like and share the live feed here, and just let me know that you have done that, and just pop the word liked and shared in the comments section along with your question and or comments. Now, I'm also open to spiritual discussion as well. So I try not to keep this purely to the readings. I do like to educate, and I like for everybody to get something out of this. Okay, so let me have a look here. Okay, so I'm just seeing if we've got something there from Michelle. So Michelle, I don't know if you got a lot of that or if you've dropped out on me. So, okay, all right. So you're saying our family's having a gathering this weekend. Interesting. So, did I not say December? So we're going into December now. Okay, so who's bringing the pasta salad? I so want some of that now. That's all I can taste. Okay, hi Jodie, thank you for joining me. I try to steer clear of a lot of mediumship on these live feeds, only purely because there's such a lag. Like I'm talking now, you will not see this for another 30 seconds. And I like to get my validations as I do my mediumship. So I like to validate before I bring messages through. But what I'm picking up around this gentleman, okay, thank you, lovely. I am picking up that this was an illness that he did pass off. In other words, I don't feel like that this was a sudden passing. I feel like that this was an illness of some time. And I feel like it possibly could have even been something cancer related. I am getting something pains down my side area here, which to me usually indicates something around possibly pancreatic, stomach, bowel, around that area there that I feel like I need to be talking about with this person. If this is not for you, lovely, this is for somebody else on here, but I have been drawn to you for a reason. Now, I'm just being shown here. What was his name? Have we got a John or something in the family? I know that's a really generic name, and I swear to God, this is probably one of the first times I've ever come out with this name. So I feel like that name is significant for you or related around this person. Now, he's showing me he's just going chin up, chin up, chin up with her. I'm also being shown that he's talking about zest for life, and I'm just being shown she's actually struggling to get up and get motivated, and this is where I feel like you need to come into play, or somebody else in the family that's saying get her up, get her out, and get her into nature. And they're also showing me here. Okay, come back to me, lovely. All right. Thank you, lovely. He's actually given me a flower to give to her. And again, I know that's quite generic, but it's not a rose. It is a yellowy, orangey colour flower that I am being drawn to. And I feel like possibly it was something to do around gardening as well that he's giving me. And he's asking me to pass it on to you. He's talking about, I've just dropped the word, hearing the word hibiscus as well. Now, for me, when I see a hibiscus, automatically that signifies to me a holiday, a getting away. So I feel like she's not being too kind to herself, and I'm feeling like she's not seeing the bigger picture. He's saying that he visits her quite a lot in a lot of dreams. So I mean, I know that she needs to understand that these are visitations as well. And he's also showing me his toothbrush or his toiletries are still, I feel like, are still there in the bathroom, and he's just showing me that, and he's taking me around the house as well. So I feel like there's a few things that need to be done around the house, or I feel like there's a few things that need to still be laid to rest there. He's just acknowledging, but understand he is always around, and I need to pass it on. He says he passes on, comes through with a lot of love as well. And he's also talking about the word of forgiveness as well. So there was also somebody there that I feel like there was something that went unsaid before he passed. And I don't feel like it's connected to her. I feel like it's connected possibly to somebody else in the family, that things that went unsaid, that weren't said. Now I'm hearing the word forgiveness with this, with him as well. So if you can just pass that on. I feel like possibly it was somebody that did not make it to the passing, and so there's this guilt thing here, but he says he's all okay with that as well. I keep seeing a small dog, and if that means anything to her as well, he's just keeps showing me a small dog. And so I'll leave that there, otherwise I'll keep going on and on and on. This is what happens when I open up the doors to mediumship. So I'll leave that there, but he does come through with love. Okay. Who else have we got? So that was Jody. Okay. So I've just got to scroll right back here. Okay, Michelle, so you're making the pasta, salad and coleslaw. Okay. So I feel like I understand your grandmother's in spirit. Is that correct? Because this is the person that I feel like is showing me all of this that's coming through. And I feel like she was quite handy with making things in the kitchen, and you've got the knack as well. So she's talking about don't go buying the packet stuff. No packet stuff. Okay. Errol. Okay. Yeah. I see. This is the thing. When I do my mediumship, everything I get, I see, I hear, I feel, I smell, I taste, and I just know. And I deliver everything that they give me, and it's not for me to understand. And I have a pact with them. If I hear it, if I see it, I will say it to pass on to my sitter. And that's why I was clearly getting the name John as well. Okay. John. Your husband's pop's name is John. Okay. See, but again, to me, John's quite a generic name. It's I shouldn't say generic, common name. Okay, don't quite understand that bit. It's definitely all right. Don't understand that. Yeah, there's plenty of signs around. It's now I feel like that this has been in the last 12 months. Is that right with the passing? Yeah, his toiletries. That's what he's showing me. The bathroom and his toiletries are still there. Okay, but all in good time. She needs to be kind to herself. Yeah, thank you. I thought it was the Maltese. I don't know the Maltese are the white ones, aren't they? Because I saw white shaggy, and for me, dogs are like small, medium, or large. And I was just seeing small dog. Thank you. I'll pass it on. They had a Maltese Terrier that passed away. Yeah. So if you can just pass it on to her, that's just with the dog as well. He's with the dog. If you can pass it on. Okay. Family party on the weekend. You are welcome. Yeah. So yeah, I felt like it was 6 to 12 months that he's passed away. And see, this is the thing. There's no hard, fast way of grieving. There's no time frame. She's got to be able to do things in her own time, and she will. But I just feel like she needs to. Somebody needs to physically get her out and about, because you're saying that she's looking for signs, and I feel like she's sitting there waiting for signs, and that's why she won't get out and about, if that makes sense. Okay. So who's going on the tropical holiday? Because he keeps showing me the hibiscus. Somebody's going on a holiday, and I feel like it's tropical. What's the connection to Cairns as well, or up far north Queensland? Right. Yes. Okay. There, the dog was. Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Okay. Just excuse me. So those who've just jumped on, again, sorry if I repeat myself a couple of times because I know that people jump on and off. My name is Linda. I'm also known as the Psychic Pinup, and I do have a main Facebook page, which is the Psychic Pinup, and I do encourage you to go and join that page. I am streaming from a third-party platform here, so it goes out to a number of different platforms at once, and I may miss your comments or questions, so that's why I do encourage you to go over to the Psychic Pinup. I'm also streaming live again this evening from the Psychic Pinup page at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, whatever. I'll explain that to you later. So that's why I say go and join it. Now, let me have a look. Britt, hello. Big career shift after 25 years in the old one, moving into real estate, love guidance, please. You know what? I always say big congratulations. Big congratulations to anybody who jumps out of their comfort zone. And it's I think a lot of things hold us back, and I always say fear holds us back from obtaining our full potential, and it's the fear of failure, it's the fear of the unknown. And I see what you've done as nothing but encouraging, and hopefully today this will encourage other people to try different things. Look, my belief is that we change our career a couple of times during our lifetime. Me myself, I can say that I have changed my career drastically at least 3 times. So I started off as believe it or not, a legal secretary. So I was in the corporate, and I worked for a barrister for a number of years. And from there, I went totally opposite, and I became a professional photographer, and where I ran studios for approximately another 20 years, as well as teaching photography at college. And then from there, I then went on to become a psychic medium. So I've gone really way left of field. And for me, it's of doing the work that I'm doing here now. Not much fear. I'm not fearful of much, put it that way. I understand now from doing the work I do that the universe has my back, spirit world has my back. And when I talk about spirit world, I talk about our guides, our past loved ones, our ancestors. I've just learnt to trust a lot of my intuition and understand that this is actually my team that guides me into pushing where I need to be going. So I really don't question a lot of things. I go with the flow and trust that they have my back. And like I'm telling you, 99.9% of the time, it's correct. All the information that I do get in what direction I need to be going. So my guidance here, or my advice to you here, is to listen to your intuition. Okay, I think it's a wonderful thing. You doing a complete career change. And I just want to say I can't applaud you enough for that. And just listen to that gut instinct. Do not question it. If something feels off, it's off. If something feels good, great. Do not second question. Do not second guess yourself. Just go with the flow and understand that the universe has your back. Okay, so congratulations, and I look forward to the updates. So let's go back here. So what's this? Well, my husband and me are going to Queensland, and my father-in-law's sister is coming from Ireland in January, and they are visiting Cairns before coming. So your father-in-law's sister, so this is the gentleman that I'm speaking to on the other side here. That's why he's showing me the hibiscus. So understand that he's sort of like hanging around, and he sees a lot of this, and he'll be with them as well, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just the messenger, and I just pass those messages on. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome, lovely. Melanie, lovely, don't go beating yourself up. Okay? You did what you felt was best. Okay? And I can promise you that they don't have hate. They don't have hate when they pass. There's nothing but love. Now, when I do my mediumship readings, they will come to me with the personalities that they had when they were on this earthly plane. She's quite funny, actually. I'm just trying to channel her for a little bit for you now. Hang on, I may flip from one thing to another, so just bear with me with this. But I was trying to get something out before I was being overridden then. What I was trying to get out is that they will come to me with the personalities that they have when they were living. But on the other side, there is nothing but love with them. Now, her personality coming through, I feel like black's black, white's white, white, and let's just get to business. And I feel like the cremation was more of just a convenient. I can't even get the word out. Convenient, not convenience. It's not the correct word. No nonsense. I feel like she was a no nonsense sort of person, and also I feel like she was one of these ladies that felt like she did not want to be a burden on people or leave her affairs unfinished as well, and that's why I feel like that was a finality for her. But the feeling I'm getting here is that you needed to do what you felt was best for you, okay? Because you're still the one here, and you're still the one that you wanted something to go and visit as well. She's also showing me there's who's put the plastic flowers, or there's something artificial that sits there as well. And I feel like she was one of these people who didn't like stuff as well. But she says, like, you have to do what you have to do. She doesn't hate you. There's nothing but love. And I say this with everybody. They come through with a lot of love. Okay, so I'll leave that there for you, lovely. Okay. Who else have we got here? Somebody, Luciano. Number 26, what does it mean for me? Thank you for joining me. I'm not a numerologist, lovely. And that falls under numerology. I'm a psychic and I'm a medium, and that's what I was saying to people before. We all have our own little strengths and gifts, and for me, it is tapping into energy and reading energy and bringing messages through. This is a numerology thing, and this is what I always say to people, that Google is your best friend when it comes to things like that. So go and Google the number 26. And it will give you the answers there. But for me, I understand that when we do numerology, we add them together, the numbers. So that will give me a number 8. Okay, so if you are seeing that, what does the number 8 mean to you? For me, I like to flip it on the side. It's an infinity thing for me. It's a nice, beautiful number. Okay, so go and Google number 8 and number 26. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so yes, 8, thanks. Yep. Okay. Again, have we got any numerologists online here? So if somebody just Google number 8, and it'll give you the answer there. See, for me, Luciana, when I do readings, because I'm not a numerologist, and if I get shown numbers, they're like time frames for me when I get numbers. So if I was doing a reading and I was looking for a timing on a timeline, 8 would be 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, the month of August being the 8th month of the year. So if you are looking for time frames for anything, it could possibly be related to that. Okay. Danny Lee, a lot of people see 1111 or 1111, lots of 11s. And a lot of people will say that is to do around the twin flame, but it's also a number of spirit letting you know that you are on the right path as well. Okay, so Rachel is saying 8 is a lot of good future or fortune in Asian culture. Okay, you're not one for Google. Okay, I'll leave that one with you. Okay, Christine. It's regarding my husband's pay. His work hasn't paid him, and they said they would. That's coming under a bit of a legal thing here, honey. And I'm quite mindful with information that I do give out, and it's I tend not to answer legal and medical here online, only because we are in a public forum and anybody could be looking at this or watching it. So I'm a bit mindful of information that I do give out. But I do see that it will work itself out. Now, I feel like that this has been going on for a number of months. I feel like it's been quite erratic paying on, off, bits, pieces. They just dropped the month of February. He's actually going to be looking for another job. Is that correct? Because I feel like February is quite significant around that. Okay. Now I'm picking up the number 11 as well. Time frames, 11 days. I don't feel like it's 11 weeks he'll be out looking for other work. I feel that. But I do feel like he will be getting paid. Okay, interesting. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you're worried about Christmas, they're just talking to me about Christmas there. So Christmas will be fine. Okay, but I feel like that this has opened up his eyes, because I feel like that this is something that's been going on for a while, or there's other underlying issues there at work that I feel like there's been red flags that have been missed, or he's been ignoring them, because it's, the saying, better the devil you know. So I feel like that this has been the catalyst, and this is what is needed to push him. And I do see that he will be looking for new work, and I'm feeling February is quite significant with that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But look, you don't need to be a psychic to work that one out about Christmas. Danny Lee, hello. I'm moving into the hospitality industry, and I was wondering if it's the right industry for me. Okay, I'm going to put it back onto you. And this is what I always say to people. I love to educate. What does your gut tell you? Okay, what were you coming from, and what area in the hospitality are you going into? Because I always say it's awesome when you step outside your comfort zone. And the doubts that I am feeling and picking up around you, it's only because of the fear of the unknown. That's the only way I can describe that. And I'm going to put it back onto you, lovely, and ask you, what does your gut tell you? Okay, don't think about it too much. The first thing, is it feel good? Is it feel good? Is it feel good? Does it feel good? Okay, if it feels off, think about it. If it feels great, yeah. But don't overthink, because as soon as you start overthinking, that's your ego kicking in, and your ego is there to protect you. Okay, so ego, let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. Let's play. When they talk about, they've got the two, angel and the devil on the shoulders here. It's like one's talking, the other one's listening. We've got two people in ears. One's saying yes, one's saying no. Okay, go with your gut. So you're coming from social work. Yep. I always say change is as good as a holiday. And the thing is, this is great because for me, I'll say I'm very big on education, and education is also life experiences. So what's the worst that can happen? Really? You go and try this for 12 months and say, yeah, no, that's not me. Then you go back into social work again, or something else. You've got that under your belt. You've got that 12 months experience of hospitality under your belt, and think of the things that you would have learned during that time, and dealing with people and other things and businesses, and you're always learning. So treat it as positive. Okay. You're welcome, lovely. Okay, you're welcome, lovely. Have I read for you before? Okay, where are we? I had two. There we go. Jody, I was looking for you. Hello, Jody. You're doing something different, aren't you? Okay. Why have we got this uncertainty? Okay, they're just showing me. I feel like you've not put as much effort into this as what you were planning on doing. And it's not a you thing. I feel like circumstances, life has just gotten in the way. And the short answer is yes, I do see you passing, but I see you putting a lot of pressure on yourself with this. And it's only because of what I just spoke about before. So I'm going to say yes. So get rid of that uncertainty now. And they're showing me here something different, new ideas. So I want to say there's something to do around creativity as well. Either you're doing create something creative now, or you're going into something creative because I feel like you really need to think outside the box with this. And they're just talking to me about another business or a business that you need to be. I want to say it's a birth of a business. So either you're going in with somebody or you're coming in as a new role. And I just feel like that this is going to actually test your patience a little bit as well. But they're saying stick at it because it's going to pay off, put it that way. Okay, all the hard work you put in now will pay off later on down the track. I also see, right, talking about distance and travel as well. Distance and travel, distance. Just a little bit off topic. Are we in a relationship, lovely? I know you didn't ask me that, but I feel like I need to be talking about that as well. So if you can let me know, because I see there's somebody watching you on social media. So I'll leave that there for you, and I hope that helps you. Hey, who else have we got? So I'm just looking at my other devices here. Oh, scrolls right down. Looking at a different state. Yep, thank you. So that's why I feel like whatever this was, it required a bit of distance. So yeah, I will say yes, it will happen. It's not South Australia, is it? Because I don't know why I'm being shown Adelaide. I just dropped the word Adelaide into my head, or South Australia. I've only been to Adelaide once. Okay. Now. Where are we? Sorry. I'm not delaying. It's just I'm using another third-party program to stream to a number of platforms, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to go back and look at questions. It gets a little bit stuck, so I only see approximately half a dozen at a time. So if you feel like I've missed you, please feel free to pop it up again. And I am drawn to the people that I need to be reading. Okay, so I don't go in order of questions. Now, okay, that's very specific, Amy. With your love relationship, full name. I don't operate with names, lovely. I go with energy. Okay, so I'm just being shown here. Um, they're a bit of a distance from you. Is that correct? Because I see there's a bit of travel that's involved with this relationship, and I'm just being shown here. Work in progress. Just saying work in progress. Work in progress. August, I feel like is standing out. August, or it could be April. Sometimes I get my A's mixed up with that. So you're hoping to take it to the next level. I'm feeling like they're not quite there yet, and I'm just being shown thank you. All right, you're ready to settle down, lovely, and they're just asking me to pass on to you to. Okay, I'm singing Phil Collins. Again, sometimes I get songs sung to me as messages to pass on to you. I don't know how old you are, but they're singing me Phil Collins, Can't Hurry Love. But that's also Diana and the Supremes song as well. So look it up. You Can't Hurry Love. And I feel like that is relevant to your reading today. There is no rush. I'm being shown there's plenty of time for this because they're showing you want the whole kit and caboodle, you want the marriage, you want babies, you want everything all at once. And that's what they're asking me to pull back a little bit. And they're just saying, and I say this with respect, they're saying pull your head out of the cloud a little bit because you have got other things to be completing first before you are available to move on to the next phase in your relationship, because I am seeing the word education. I'm seeing they're also showing me here work as well. So I feel like there's other things here at play first. And the universe has very, very funny ways of giving us things when we are ready, because I feel like we've still got things to complete there before you are open for the next phase of this relationship. It's there, but they're just singing me that song, You Can't Hurry Love. And look it up, Phil Collins. Okay, so I feel like it's either April or August. There's a little bit of movement there, changes there as well, but it's all for the better. Okay, I'll leave that there for you, lovely. Okay, yeah. So I knew there was a distance between you. We're in a long distance relationship. He's in Australia and I'm in Canada. Yep. We have plans to meet up in the Philippines in April. Yes, we've discussed marriage and children. Okay. Thank you very much for getting back to me about that. But I still feel like there's something that you need to finish, some study or something as well. Do not delay that. Okay. So when you're talking in 44, okay, if you're worried about children, I'm living proof. So I fell pregnant when I was 46. I had my child when I was 46. So it's doable, lovely. Okay, so do not worry about that. Okay. Hello. Did I just not do a reading for you, Melanie, or am I missing out on half of these messages? Everything seems to be all over the shop. Okay. You're welcome, lovely. Okay. So, Rosanna, would love to hear your guidance on what? What subject? Okay, you're welcome, Amy. Good luck. Long distance relationships are not easy. Okay. Melanie, you were asking me, hang on, let me just come back because I did see you here. Would love a message if you're drawn to me, please. Yeah, I feel like I need to be talking about anxiety and stress levels with you, because as I was reading you, I was actually getting headaches. I'm not saying that you are a headache at all. Please don't think that. I just pick up these headaches going on around you. So just take note of that. If it could possibly be that you're not drinking enough water, or it's stress related as well. But what they're showing me here, that there's going to be some changes for you come New Year. And I'm just being shown you taking a little bit of time out. And this could possibly be to do with headaches. I'm being shown you retreating within yourself, because I feel like when I get that feeling, to me that indicates that there is a little bit of soul searching that's going to be going on. And I feel like that this will come New Year. I feel like there'll be some light bulb moments for you come Christmas, New Year, and then changes put into place after them. And I do see a little bit of, using the word withdrawal is the wrong word. I just feel you reassessing, if that makes sense. So some people may think you've gone a little bit quiet for a bit, but it's not the case. They're just showing me a cocoon. Thank you, a cocoon. So that's a bit of a transformation, and I've never been shown a cocoon before. So I feel like you're going to be going through that stage over Christmas, New Year, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Now, who was the gentleman in spirit that used to like the barbecue? I'm tasting a sauce in particular, like a real smoky type of barbecue sauce that they used to like to put on their meat. And I feel like that was their specialty. Now, if that's new, it's somebody else on here that I'm smelling the whole barbecue. You know, when they smoke the barbecue up. And I'm really hungry now, so it's made me hungry. But they're coming through to say hello and look after you. If you can just let me know. Otherwise, I will move on with that. And this is why I don't like to do mediumship on my live feeds. Okay. Who else have we got here? Yeah, okay. Not easy, yeah. So your brother loves the barbecue. Okay. So where are you zooming in from? Because I have a gentleman here acknowledging this source, and I feel like that this has come through down family. It's somebody who used to like their food as well when they were here with us, and it's so I have to acknowledge this person because they're quite adamant about this food, this meat, and talking about tradition and passing on tradition. Okay, so they come through with a good on you, thank you. And I know they didn't say good on you because I feel like I'm talking about different country here, different culture or something as well. But for me, that's how I perceive it. But they're coming through to say hi. Okay. So yeah, brother. So, okay, memory of dad. So, okay, let me get a little bit more information. Did your dad work with mechanics, work with machinery or something? Because I feel like I need to be really mechanical with my hands. So, it's something working with the hands, and he's just given me in the chest area here. So, I feel like that this was heart related, heart attack. Oh no, he's showing me lungs. Okay. Okay, we're all in the UK. All love the steaks because he's coming through pretty clear. So what did he pass off? Because I've got issues around my lungs here, and he's showing me that. And this is why I don't like doing mediumship, because I've got to wait a while for the answers to come back. Alcohol, yeah, but I've got this going on here. So heart and lungs, it's going on with him. But he does come through with love, but he's also acknowledging that there was, okay, how can I see this is why I don't like doing this on live feeds. Do you understand when he says that sometimes he was not the easiest to get on with? Okay. He's acknowledging that. And he's also acknowledging the upcoming family gathering as well. And I feel like there was an anniversary. He's highlighting October here as well. But he's also acknowledging another family gathering that's coming up. And I'm also being shown a child as well. So do we have a child that come into the world, or somebody's pregnant at the moment? And I feel like I need to be acknowledging that as well. But when we're talking about he's not the easiest person to get on with, he does apologise for that as well, because I feel like that was never really discussed. Okay, and look, I'll leave that there, but he does come through with love. You can pass it on and to crank up the barbecue and get that sauce happening, because I feel like that is something that keeps being brought up. And there's a lot of discussions around, who member such and such used to like this, or this reminds me of such and such. And that's where he says, continue doing that. Okay, and keep the memories alive. Okay, so definitely about that. So you understand that. I'll leave that one there with you, lovely, okay? And do you know what? Saying that, I'm absolutely starving now. And when I do a lot of my readings, I tend to, and it's really unhealthy, I tend not to eat for the day when I'm doing readings, only so that I can still taste and smell. And I find that I do it better on an empty stomach. And I know that's not healthy and it's very naughty of me. I'm very hungry now. It's gone 2 p.m. It's about to go 2 p.m. here in where I am in Australia. I will be live again this evening at 8 p.m. my time, which is Sydney time, which is approximately 6 hours from now. So if you haven't already done that, I would ask that you go on over to my main page, which is the Psychic Pinup, and like the page as well. And I will be live again this evening at 8 o'clock. So I'm only on here until 2 o'clock, and then they kick me off, and because I think the next person comes on. I stream mainly through the Spiritual Events Directory, the first session that I do here, the 1 o'clock until 2 o'clock, and then again at 8 o'clock through my main page, the Psychic Pinup. I'm also on YouTube. Now, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do that through the psychicpinup.setmore.com, which is across the bottom of the screen there. I do Zoom readings as well as face-to-face, but as many of you know, I had finished my travel for the year. The rest of my readings for the year now will be here in my shop at Port Kembla or via Zoom. Okay, so I will take off, and I will wish you all the best week. Be safe, and if I don't see you this evening at 8 o'clock my time, I will be back this time again next week. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me.